And welcome back to another Big Exclusive podcast with myself, Big Exclusive, the Angry OG, and comedian Top Flight. You are tuned in to the official last show of 2021. Feels kind of surreal. Like it's the last show of the year. So we saying goodbye to 2021 and hello to 2022. Salute to everybody who locked in early. Dawn, I see you. Dawn says, good evening, everyone. Jabira with the good evening. Christine with the hey, everyone. What's up, sis? Glad to have you guys on. I'm going to say what I always say when we start this off. If you are tuned in and you're streaming live, make sure you hit that share button. Show some love. Hit the share button. For everybody who tuned in on Facebook to the live, there's a little button right down there in the corner, right? If you hover over it, it's the bottom left hand corner. You got the thumbs up sign, the heart sign, the care sign. Just spam the hell out of that stuff, okay? Just spam it. Just show love that way. Just spam the hell out of it. So, like Big Roll will say, your homework tonight is to spam the like and the funny and the care and the heart or even the angry button. Just spam all of that tonight. And share the podcast. We definitely appreciate y'all sharing the love. We appreciate everybody who's on early. And this podcast would not be possible without our sponsors. So I'm going to show our sponsors some love because without them, we would not be able to do the podcast. So I'm super appreciative of our sponsors here at the Big Exclusive Podcast. Major shout out to iCraft Mart, all your body butters, lotions, natural and vegan soaps, uh, pretty much anything you need for skincare. My daughter's stuff is listed over there. Kayla with the Maywa Cosmetics. You can get her lip gloss, lip balm, whatever you need. You can get it over at iCraftMart.com. So we appreciate, those family members over at iCraftMart.com. Bestie booth. If you're having an event and you're looking to get those 360 photo booths, the ones that spin around and it reverse and rewind and have you in slow motion and it just look epic with the graphics and all that. Over on Instagram, it's a company called Bestie Booth. They have the best service. I guarantee it. They deliver on the promise. They say they're going to be there at 3. They going to show up at 2:45, maybe even 2:30. Because they believe, just like my dad used to always tell me, if you on time, you late, and if you early, you on time. So if you want great customer service, you want the best technology when it comes to those spinning booths, nice and sturdy. It's not flimsy. The camera or iPad, whatever, is not going to fall off the thing. Make sure you go over to Instagram and follow at Bestie Booth. Tell them Big Exclusive sent you, and they will show you some love and give you a nice discount. Okay. Special shout out and a major thank you to Critical Shot Studios. If I look good, if I sound good, it is not my fault. I am not responsible for that. All the props and all the accolades should go to Don over at Critical Shot Studio. He is amazing with the audio video. So any audio video needs that you have, just holler at Don at Critical Shot Studios. He's on Instagram, Facebook. If you need him, just inbox me, OG or Top Flight, and we will most certainly put you in touch with Don over at Critical Shot Studio. Um, who do we have next? Epic Graphics and Crafts, who is the official merchandiser for the Big Exclusive Podcast. Hats, t-shirts, mugs, duffel bags, coasters, thermoses, anything that you need. Holla at Epic Graphics and Crafts on Instagram as well. Be sure to let them know Big Exclusive sent you if you want that exclusive, Big Exclusive Podcast discount. So show Critical Shot Studio, iCraft Mart, Bestie Booth. Show them all some love, please. And last but certainly not least, we have Shea Harmony. Shea Harmony offers all natural products for the body with their whipped shea butter being their most exclusive item. Shea Harmony's whipped and scented shea butter is sure to keep you moisturized, soft and smooth, and it also soothes dry, cracked skin. And it's that time of the year. It's a little chilly out there. It's a little snap in the air. You want to make sure you stay moisturized, especially if you melanated. It's also for our non-melanated friends as well. We don't discriminate. We want everybody to stay moisturized. So Shea Harmony also offers natural soaps, beard and hair oil, essential oil remedies, and more. Shea Harmony products can be purchased at iCraftMart.com. Shea Harmony, bringing harmony to your skin. I'm telling you, we have been blessed this year at the Big Exclusive Podcast by our sponsors. We super appreciative of everybody who decided to, do business with the show, show us some love, and sponsor the podcast so we can continue to do this each and every week. Everybody knows nothing in life is free, but we appreciate those who make this podcast possible. Let me see here. You got to make sure that you guys are sharing the podcast because y'all be showing a lot of love, and I want to make sure that I show that same love back for the people who are actively participating and interacting. We got a bunch of people who said hi and a bunch of people who didn't. So if you tuned in right now, I'm gonna need y'all to say what's up. Say what's up to the Big Exclusive Podcast. Me, Angry OG. It's time to bring in my co-host, man. We got the angriest man in the podcast game. Look. Watch how angry he is, y'all. We got the angry OG. What's up, OG?
Hey now,
Hey now. How you feeling tonight, man?
fill my hands, man.
You feel with your hands? How was your weekend?
You already know that.
I don't.
It was just 2 days.
It's just 2 days. It's so much better when you have some shit go down on the weekend, bro. It's
They ain't went
so
down in a little while though.
last incident, that was one of my favorite moments from the show. Your weekend. You actually had an eventful, eventful
I've
weekend.
been, I've been, I've been chilling since then.
You've been chilling since then.
Yeah,
Tiffany and Dennis. Hey Tiff, what's going on? We got Smoke in the building. And Jabera loves that hoodie, man. Let her know she can get that hoodie, bro, if she want it. You can purchase it at Epic Graphics and Crafts. And that's an MTV joint too. 38th and MTV. You may have to give us a story tonight since it's the end of the year. You know what I mean? We saying goodbye to 2021, saying hello to 2022. You might have to give us a story. You feeling it?
I don't know, man. The story they got to come organically. I can't
They
just
got to
make
come
some.
organically. All right.
Yeah,
I think I may have some a topic that may trigger something.
you got to throw me an alley oop.
Yeah, I got to throw
Throw me
you
an alley oop, and I can piggyback off your alley oop.
right.
I'm
Yeah, I
sure
throw the
I got something to tell about a little bit of everything, but you got to throw me an alley oop.
yeah. I might what they used to call them in Philly, the Flight Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to.
Where's Flight at anyway? Fight crime somewhere,
I,
making a citizen arrest.
I don't know. I honestly haven't heard from him as
This
of
is a
yet.
this is a weekly thing with him now, man. It never fails. Every week.
Don't do that, bro. Don't throw him under the bus like that.
I
At
ain't
least
throwing
not.
him under the bus. I'm just calling him like I see it. I ain't throwing him under the bus. I kind of expect him to not be here, on time. It's actually surprising if he do show up on time. It's a surprise.
Okay, certainly. So let's get our let's get the business out the way so we can get our shenanigans started. Flight gonna show up when he show up. I'm gonna expect everybody to cuss Flight ass out when he show up. Everybody who just said hi, Dawn, Jabera, Christine, Tiffany, Daryl, light his ass up when he get
What
here.
what
Okay,
what role that, man?
big roll coming through.
He started this unemployment podcast and then he don't want to show up no love no more.
And Big Roll is normally front and center, bro. Big Roll is normally front and center. He's the unofficial co-host in the comments to the Big Exclusive Podcast. And you're right, Roll just started like I don't think that's the name of it. Big Roll got the unemployment podcast. And
That's what it is.
since this is the last show, right? Let's let me ask you this. You want to open the show up to anybody who wants to jump on? Like after we handle business though, bro. Like
Yeah,
after
we
we
could we
handle
could
business.
yeah.
We're gonna open the show up. I'm gonna put the link in the comments right now.
We could do it like King of the Ring style. Just tag people in.
Yeah, we're gonna tag people, and if we talking about something, you want to jump on live and talk about it, it's gonna be a free for all tonight. Because
A lot of
for
them
me, this feels like the New Year's Eve party, right?
a lot of them be afraid to get on camera though.
Yeah, see, they be talking a lot of good shit in the comments, and we
Yeah,
appreciate that. You know what I mean? But pop the camera on. You know what I mean? Put the camera on you and speak your mind live and direct. Like we used to say back in the day. Say it to my face. Say it to my
yeah,
face.
yeah.
Because I know last week, do we still have that? Let me see if we still have it. Last week I got killed and we don't even have it anymore.
With your spreadable brie,
We don't even have it anymore, bro.
your spreadable brie.
Yeah, I got killed. I got killed. You know which one? You know what clip I'm talking about, Don? It's the no, not the cheese joint. It's the clip of training day.
Oh yeah, you
Right.
got to play that, man. We ain't seen that in a while, man.
I'm putting cases on
My man, the
all.
lines up.
I'ma find it. I'ma
Don
find
got to dig it up real quick.
Christine, you are not shy. You need to stop. Um wait, no, actually I know why, because Don doesn't have it. I actually have it. I actually have it. Don, I told you to get a mic, bro, because like yeah, it's 2022. You better have a mic in front of your ass. Yeah, like he be talking all this good shit in the background, right? And can't nobody hear this motherfucker say all this gold. He just talking all this crazy shit, and can't nobody hear him. And I keep telling him, 2022, he getting the mic and he getting the camera that's gonna be on him. Like that's it. Enough's enough. We need to definitely have you on camera, bro. Um, I'm looking for it now because again, it was one of my. No, that's not even a one. No, that I pulled up the wrong one. OG, take over the show for a second. I gotta find that clip. It was so good because that was his intro one week. Because
Yeah,
the show before that, the ladies was kind of they was kind of I put it like this: everybody get a turn. Last week was my turn. I brought up the fact that we was doing top 10 snacks. First of all, I had an honorable mention and he lit my ass up. Then I'm like, all right, I name my snacks. That's no good because I put in crackers and cheese. I put crackers and
it wasn't.
cheese.
It wasn't just the crackers and cheese. It was the type of cheese.
Oh, okay. The spreadable brie. Got
Don't
you.
nobody know what that is, man.
Yeah.
Not neck of the woods. Nobody knows what that is. We know government cheese and American cheese.
All
Nobody knows no spreadable brie. Like what the fuck is that? Like
right, man. You
come
right.
down off your high horse, man, and hang out with us in the valley.
I was born and raised in the valley, so when I come
Some
across
spreadable
something, I
brie.
try to elevate a little bit. I get killed for it.
You
But
forgot where you
like I
came
said,
from. You
everybody.
forgot where you came from.
I forgot where I came from because I like spreadable brie. Okay, all right. So let's do some business because we got a special guest in. It's our business spotlight. We are very happy to bring in somebody that I just started working closely with. She has a couple different companies. But first and foremost, she's a scientist, so she knows what she's talking about. It's the new year. A lot of people want to eat healthy and want to change their lifestyle and their relationship to food. And her business, Eat a Cure, will help change how you feel about food, the way you look at food, and your relationship with food. Now it's time to work out. She got you covered there too because she does this dance workout called Caribbean Craze. So she's a scientist, a dancer, a consultant for movies and television for COVID compliance. And she also gonna get you healthy and right for the new year. I'm happy to welcome in Miss Marcia Moore. Hi, Miss Moore.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm doing good. OG, you ain't gonna speak to the lady, bro. Don't be
I'm
rude.
trying to think whether or not I should eat my carrot cake in front of.
Go ahead, Mr. OG. That don't bother me, sir.
I'm ready to bust my carrot cake out real
Enjoy
quick.
yourself.
You only got one slice, bro?
There's only one me.
You selfish prick.
One man, one armband.
You selfish prick. So, first and foremost, thank you, Miss Moore, for jumping on the Big Exclusive podcast.
Thank you
Um,
for having me.
it's a pleasure. Let's get into give the people a little bit of your background. I tried to give them, preliminary stuff and what I know, so that they can get more familiar with you, so they know that you know what you're talking about as far
Okay.
as health and wellness.
So you handled it pretty well. You pretty much covered almost everything, except I don't know if you even know that I'm also a poet and an author. So that is the mental wellness portion of the Eat a Cure brand. So for those that are just chiming in, my name is Marcia Marie, aka Poet Author Dragonfly. I am the owner of Eat a Cure Wellness, where we specify with Caribbean Craze Fitness. So, Eat a Cure is my health and wellness business where we have services of poetry, motivational speaking, inspirational speaking. We have Caribbean Craze Dance Fitness. And I also have set up where I'm also a COVID compliance manager for TV and film sets. So we provide COVID compliance services, whether it's linking with the nurses to help log the tests as they give tests, or if it's just like PA work in terms of you're making sure people are safe on set, masked up, sanitized, socially distanced properly. So it's just another way to bring wellness into the industry. My background, I have a bachelor's degree in chemistry. So I started out in the pharmaceutical field and I moved over into forensics. I was a forensic scientist for almost 7 years for the Philadelphia Police Department. I helped rise up in the ranks. I had the pleasure of partnering with the fire department as well as the homicide unit and the other units in the Forensic Science Bureau. I was trained in everything except for gunshot residue because by that time I had moved up in management, but I ran the arson lab. I had the pleasure of bridging with the fire department, going out on scenes, going out with the homicide division. I helped write the policies and procedures for 17025 accreditation for the Philadelphia Forensic Science Division. So I did it for the criminalistics department, which is the department I worked at. And then I became an auditor for the rest of the bureau. So that is what dovetailed me into quality assurance and quality assurance today, because back in 2010, I ruptured a disc in my neck, took me out of work. Within 3 years, I developed a bunch of autoimmune issues that it took them forever to diagnose. To me, it's still not fully diagnosed, but doctors diagnosed me with mixed connective tissue disorder with underlying lupus and MS symptoms. So basically, it took me out of work. I was bedridden almost 7 years. I was on a walker and cane for almost 4. So my neurologist turned me on into a alternative lifestyle program. I started the medical marijuana program. It took me off 17 pills 3 times a day, brought it down to 3. I was getting IVIG infusions pumped into my chest every 14 days, 4 hours every 14 days for over a year. Then I got well, went back to work for the dispensary, working for a dispensary in Jersey, medical marijuana dispensary. And then I got sick again with pancreatitis or something, which took me out of work again, had to get back on the treatments. And that's when I realized, okay, whatever I'm doing for health and wellness has to be an everyday thing, an overall thing, a lifestyle change. So once I started to do that, I learned about the different things that would affect my body, when it would hurt, when it would ache. I had so much inflammation, I couldn't walk and move. So mine is on a higher level than most people's. So I have to fight extra hard. I have to be extra disciplined. And I literally had to change my life. And that's how Eat a Cure and Caribbean Craze got birthed. And that's it.
I started out in pharmaceuticals myself.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. It's the sweet variety, though.
I bet.
It's the sweet variety.
I like you, Mr. Jake.
And she had you shortchanged and she told you she was a poet. And I'm also a gentleman and a scholar. Since we want to.
I like his jokes. Hello, sir.
Hello, how you?
I am well. How are you?
Good.
Like, what's happening with you, man?
What's up, sir? How you, man?
I'm all right. You sound kind of drab. Like,
Huh?
you
I,
sound
I
kind of drab.
I
Man,
told everybody to grind your ass up when you got here. I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna be respectful to our guests. You know what I mean? And we're gonna let her do her thing. But the minute she get off, all the ignorant stuff that they gonna say in the comments, I'm posting all of it, bro.
okay. I mean, everybody get a turn.
Everybody get my turn was last week. Fucking spreadable breed did me in. All right, Miss Muir,
Everybody
Miss
get a
Moore,
turn.
everybody get a turn. Listen, so what piqued my interest and what I reached out for was the Eat a Cure. And hey, don't forget, I named all of you. Nene, flight was late. Christine, flight was late. Jabira, Tiffany, Kalila,
Man, where
Crystal.
is Roll at? He started his unemployment podcast and he fronting now.
He don't fuck with us like that no more, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Who the hell got a
unemployment.
podcast 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday? You got to be unemployed to watch.
So back to the Eat a Cure.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you elaborate and expand on that portion or that segment of
Absolutely.
your business, because that's what piqued my interest most.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Eat a Cure started in 2018. It got launched to the public in 2019. So when I launched it, I started out with the in the cannabis community on the medical side. We are a New Jersey-based company, and when I first started, marijuana wasn't fully legal yet. So in that transition, I just kind of like laid low a little bit on promoting because I didn't want it to be an issue later on. So Caribbean Craze kind of took off first. So that was the Caribbean Dance Fitness Company under Eat a Cure. Eat a Cure is the umbrella. It's a total of mind, body, and soul wellness. So our services, as I started to tell you, was the Caribbean Craze Dance Fitness, the Dragonfly Poetry, the COVID compliance on TV and movie sets. What I didn't get into yet was the products. So, in that journey of telling you my testimony, I literally figured out what foods affected my body and what didn't. Now, so, as a scientist, I like to study and learn. So, as I noticed certain foods I couldn't eat, it would make me sicker or make my joints real stiff. So I started to write them all down. And once I did, I started to look up like, why is there certain foods I can eat and certain foods I can't? So that's how I stumbled on learning about nightshades. I stumbled onto Dr. Seby's alkaline list of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, oils, more foods to make your body neutral. Our body is naturally acidic. So, depending on the type of food you eat, the environment that you come from, it affects your body. Now, we know that from a general standpoint, just from age. You know, when you're older, you can't eat as much cheesesteaks and pizza and fries as you used to, because when you do, you're going to feel a difference in your body. You're not going to be able to metabolize it as fast. So, you'll feel those differences, not to mention the health complications that come over time. So, when I started to notice that, I noticed that a lot of those alkaline foods and oils were helping me. So Eat a Cure started as a way to just live better. So I give you motivational inspirations once a week, more like affirmations. where we can sit down to do meal planning. I do free 10-minute consultations, and we limit it to 10 minutes because of the time frame and the pulling that I do get to do. So I do have other consultations that cost fees, but for me, it's a basis of wellness. I need to understand what your needs are. We blend 25 plus different herbs. Our biggest thing in cellar right now is sea moss that kicked off naturally during the pandemic. And then once that happened, now Jersey is legalized with cannabis totally, but we had already started with CBD. So we continued just the CBD line. So we do products of CBD cookies. Now, because of my health, they're plant based and they're made with sea moss. For those that can't have sea moss, if you have an iodine allergy or a thyroid condition, then you're not recommended to take sea moss because it is an iodine source and may cause a reverse reaction in your body. But we can sit down and talk to you. There's ways to put it on your skin, your hair. I'm 45 years old and I started sea moss May 2020. And by June 2020, I no longer needed those treatments. Remember, I told you I went back out of work and then after the dispensary and then just launched full time. Well, taking that CMOS since June 2020, since May 2020, I've not had a treatment since June 2020. So I'm literally only on cannabis and CMOS. CMOS is Chondrus crispus. That is the genus name or scientific name. It is also known as Irish moss. Honestly, it's basically just seaweed from the ocean. However, if you think about it, it has all the minerals and nutrients from that place that it's usually an island that you'll find it. So you have to be careful. Some people do it farm raised, and you want to make sure you're getting the best nutrients that you have. So that's our biggest seller. We do it in a juice form. We do it in gel form. And then because I'm a scientist and because I learned how to heal myself naturally through, for me, my spiritual base, God's leading, but we blend 25 plus different herbs into our foods, into our juices, into our gels. Whatever I do, this is how I live. So now I'm just giving it back to you. So Eat a Cure is basically a way to live well mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, because you won't be whole or well if any one of those are off balance. That's why it's the umbrella now for the physical portion, the emotional portion, as well as the physical products. We also do alkaline oils. So I did like a cocoa butter, a coconut oil, cooking oil, CBD base, cocoa butter rubs. I have a grapeseed oil for massage. I have olive oil for massage, and then our cookies. So that's basically where we are. I do have a bottle for. I was looking for my bottle for the CMOS. So our CMOS bottles are like this for our CMOS juice. And we also have 64 ounces. But it changed my life. I lost about 55 pounds taking CMOS daily. Like I said, I barely have any autoimmune issues. I know people that have diabetes. The A1C blood test should be like around 7, under 7. They want you around 6.5. So I knew people with diabetics with a 9.2 A1C took CMOS daily. Within 60 days, it came down to 7.1. It really helps with autoimmune issues. It has 92 of the 102 minerals your body needs. It's like a multivitamin to me. So I take it almost every single day. It helps with energy, digestion, skin, hair, nails, antimicrobial, antibacterial, anything that you can think of. So that's one of our main things to help give you well. We actually give free CMOS juice shots after Caribbean Craze class just to bring your energy back and to help with immunity. We also market that at the movie sets when I do COVID compliance because you're around people in close proximity. And in acting, even with a mask, when you go on camera, you have to take that mask off. So that's another way of bringing wellness into the industry. That's it.
Thank you so much. That was super dope. I'm going to start to get my juice ASAP. I need you to do me a favor before we let you get out of here. I'm not sure if you want to stick around for the shenanigans because if
I
you've
stick
watched
around
that
for some
episode,
of it.
you'll stick around. Now, I don't
Yeah,
want
at
you to mess up your
7 o'clock I have to
political.
go back in the riff room. So
Okay, all right. I don't want you to mess up any of your political connects and all of that stuff. But that's what I need you to tell people. Tell the people how they can get a hold of you, and how they can support your business, and/or make a purchase.
okay, you can find Eat a Cure just like it sounds. Eat a Cure. We're at www.eatacure.com. You can catch us at Eat a Cure on all platforms, IG, Facebook, just as it sounds, Eat a Cure. You can also follow me on IG under Marcia Moore, Moore 238. And that way you can have the links to all the other things that are done. But most of it is on eatacure.com. We ship now nationwide Mondays and Tuesdays.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
Um,
me.
yeah. So if you're gonna stick around for a little bit, I'm gonna take you down for a second because we about to start some shenanigans. Top Flight is here. He was late, son of a bitch. Um, what I just did was I just added the link for people who want to join the show tonight. Like I said, we're gonna have pretty much an open forum. We do have some special co-hosts or people coming in who are part of the show at some point during the year. And one of those people just popped in, and I want to bring her on screen. Miss LeBray Tyler, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Hi, everyone.
So, how have you been?
I've been awesome. I've been great, working from home, the whole COVID thing. So just doing that.
So, at last we checked, I believe you had some music coming out.
Yeah, I do. I'm excited about that. All this year I've been working on that, like trying to get it done. I struggled in the past with like confidence in myself. So I've been had music, but it was more so about believing in myself to put it out there. So I finally found a producer that I felt could reflect the type of me because I write and I play music. So I produced the music and I found a producer who could make it sound the way I heard it in my head. So I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be released in 2022. So I'm looking forward to next year about getting my music out there. So when people ask me, well, where can I find you? I can finally say, oh, girl, find me on Spotify, find me on Apple Music. Like I finally
I know
can
that's right.
do that,
That's what's up. So 2021, we coming to a close. Um, and I'm curious, favorite moment from 2021 for you personally and socially.
2021
It's a hot
was a
mess.
tough year for me, to be honest, but it was a good year too. At the same time, it was a year of rebuilding. I'm trying to think. Okay, you asked me what my favorite moment in 2021 is. I guess I'll say my time with my family time. Like, to be honest, I'm not from Philly originally, so when I'm here, I'm just by myself with my son. So going home and spending time with my family these holidays, in November, and then also just recently, that was my best time of the year. Just being able, it was like a way of recharging, finding like it's like sometimes you can get so consumed with like how like your life is going, like how your life is moving, whatever goals you have to do. So it's good to sometimes stop and recharge. And me going home is the time for me to recharge. So I would say those are my favorite moments: being home, being around my family, my friends that I grew up with, and remembering who LeBray is. Because sometimes I can get so consumed with what I want to achieve. LeBray the model, LeBray the actress, LeBray the singer. But how about just be LeBray from Cockeysville, Maryland? Who's that? Like, so it was good to like remember who I am and get myself back to being grounded into myself. So that was probably my favorite moments.
So we did a special episode. It was a ladies' night episode, and it
Mm-hmm.
was you, Crystal,
Mm-hmm.
Marcy, and Tiffany Ann. I'm gonna play a quick clip from that show.
Okay.
But ladies, how do you all know if you are not toxic?
This is what I think. I feel I struggle with whether or not we want to call people toxic or their behavior. Their behavior is toxic. But what I do realize is that I'm not for everyone. Like, I feel emotions strong sometimes. I have certain thoughts and feelings that I've had. And I remember when I was younger, I used to not. I go to therapy now, so just so y'all know. But back in my early 20s, like when I started having, I'm from Maryland. I had no friends in Philly, so I started getting friends in Philly. And I remember I would tell my whole life to my friends. Not everybody can handle that, and I lost a few friends because I was a little too much. Imagine that friend you call all the time. Hey, girl, what's up? Oh, my life sucks. Oh, it's hard. I mean, I wasn't like that, but just imagine someone that you always talk to, and it's always this, it's shady, always down. They're always going through something. I remember, I know I lost a couple friendships when I was younger because I was a little too much. I didn't know I needed therapy then. I needed some therapy. So, you know, I'm happily, I went to therapy, you know what I'm saying? I'm still going to therapy. I love therapy. And I realized you don't got to tell everybody your business, and not everybody cares about it anyway.
Exactly.
And so in that sense, I didn't think I was toxic, but that friendship for them was a toxic environment for them. They were a little overwhelmed with that friendship, and they wanted that to end. So it did, until, you know, growth happened and we were able to continue that future, that friendship in the future, when I was a little bit more saner and not needing to call my girlfriends for every little thing that was going on in my life when I was in college.
So that was a clip. That ladies' night episode was a huge episode for the podcast. I want to figure out a way to, you know, again, bring that back in 2022. If all you guys are up to coming back, you guys had great chemistry, great topics, great responses. So I'm definitely looking forward. That's something I'm looking forward to in 2022. But would you be open for that?
I definitely would be open to it. Yeah, I had a good time. It was a good show. Good topics. I like when it's like differing opinions, so we can all like debate back and forth, because there's really no right answer, and I like hearing different opinions and gaining insight. So I'm excited. I would definitely be open to 2022.
So, all right. So, with that being said, biggest thing outside of, you know, doing the big exclusive podcast, you looking forward to in 2022?
Achieving all the goals that I set. I got things set in motion. So 2021 was like setting it in motion. So 2022, I better see that fruition. So I'm excited about the album being released. I'm excited about, I've been stacking bread. So I'm trying to buy some properties. So that's gonna, I already have one property. I'm trying to buy more. So to me, 2022 is gonna be about manifesting. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Congratulations. I know you're gonna smash all your goals. Do you want to stick around for some shenanigans?
Of course. I'm always down
All
for
right.
that.
So I'm gonna take you down for a second because I gotta address some shit with my brothers right quick.
All
Stick
right.
around backstage. You do not go anywhere. Um, Dragonfly is still here. Don't go anywhere. I see you backstage. LeBray, don't go anywhere. We need to have a talk with the fellas right quick, okay?
All righty.
OG Flight, what it do?
What's up, sir?
You know, I got beef this week, right? Huh?
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right.
Huh? You see it?
Oh, you motherfuckers.
Stole my clip, man.
I'm about to play the whole thing though, because it
You
is
stole
your
my
clip.
clip.
That is definitely an intro, and I'm gonna play the whole thing.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. I'm the man up in this piece. I run shit here. You just live here. King Kong ain't got shit on me. Go and walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down.
Wait, now that's not originally how the clip went, but OG had me put that together because he had caught a little. No, it wasn't really an L, but it was his turn to get it. This like I thought I was gonna skate the whole year without getting it. Flight got it because Flight said he'd been all over the world and he was only been to Detroit, the U.S. Virgin Islands. And Flight just been to all the places you don't need no passport. So I wanted to talk about some of our favorite moments from the show this year, right? And I do want to play another clip before we get into it. And it's just a random clip, but I felt like it was probably a great moment. And I just thought it was really funny.
Obviously, when you have a significant other, there's always going to be like this little quarrel sometimes between the mother and the wife or the girlfriend, because there's always a fight for placement.
I was angry. I just felt like I was your all in all. I was your queen. When Sheila became a part of, I felt like everything changed.
I want their relationship to strengthen and grow.
All I know is that was kind of weird. I was the queen at first, and now she came along. Like, what do you mean? Like, you still are a queen, boo. You are
angry
queen.
Old head. Cut it out, angry old head. Mama needs some old-fashioned hammer.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite moments from the podcast. It was during their show. And you know what we did, for people who don't know, maybe we got some new listeners to the podcast. So every now and again, we like to do takeovers, give the fellas a break. We take some time off. We don't have to do a podcast every week. So we did the ladies takeover. We did a fellas takeover. Excuse me. We did a symposium, but we're going to do more of that. Like we still on, because we're going to let our kids not take over the show, but the kids, it's going to be a kids takeover basically. And we're going to bring our kids on the podcast and let them rock out. But that was one of my favorite moments during the ladies night podcast. And we played the clip and they actually read that shit. I was praying so hard that they read it. Look, for those of you who watched that show live, I left that comment on screen for shout out to Tiffany Ann caught it and was like, yo, OG chill. Mom just needs some old fashioned hammer.
That's all she needed, man. She needed a little fun in her life.
Yeah, look, Tiffany Ann, you can pop in whenever you're ready, Tiff. She said, I agree, OG. She definitely needed needed the hammer. But yeah, that was a fun show. I want to talk about, let me flip the screen around a little bit. I want to talk about, some of y'all favorite moments, from the show this year. The Big Exclusive podcast comprises of myself, Big Exclusive, Angry OG in the Hoodie, and comedian Top Flight. And we just like, some ragtag friends who decided that we, thought it could work on the podcast. And it's been, I was doing it by myself, full disclosure at first. But then you add Flight and OG, and then this shit just exploded out of nowhere. And I keep telling OJ, he the star of the show. He need to talk more. But look at him. He can not a care in the world. We got to trigger this nigga, Flight. We got to figure out a way to trigger him. And I got perfect.
Talk about white people.
No. That would, but we got to talk. We got to talk about his. We got to talk about his cousin or his brother from another. Not the gooch. That'll set you off too. Look, I got that written down right as some of my favorite moments from the show this year. And what's this? Number 5 was Angry OG Sayings. It's a pot for every top.
Mm-hmm.
The gooch. Sit down air stink. Blade.
Half a hoagie.
Stringy hair. Oatmeal better than no meal. He got all the classic sayings on the podcast. So I'm gonna just run through my list. So my 10 favorite moments from the podcast. Number 10 was the what was that Kevin Samuels episode, because I felt like that set the stage, and that was early on when y'all joined. That set the stage for some incredible dialogue, and I think that's that episode. I think we brought Crystal in on that episode too, to represent for the ladies, because she was just a staunch, like, I don't want to call her a hater, but she just doesn't like Kevin Samuels and anything he stands for. And we was trying to get to the bottom line of why, and you know what I mean? I don't think we really did, but it was some good dialogue there. So I thought that episode, or at least, talking about Kevin Samuels was a great episode. Number 9 was our first live podcast at Punchline. So behind the scenes, my favorite part is people that get to see that it was a guy there. He was tangled and twisted. When I say tangled and twisted, he was towed down. And he provided all the comic relief we needed on the podcast. Also, DJ De Niro was there. He was funny as hell. Like, he was one of those. We thought he was drunk at first, but he, that's flight manager. Shout out to Jermaine. He was funny as hell because he just kept yelling random shit. I'm like, yo, just come get on the show. Like, you just keep yelling random shit out in the crowd. Just come get on the show. So number 8 was actually after that podcast, we got to see Top Flight do his thing on stage, which was super dope. Like, Flight killed it that night. We do have a clip of that. I'm gonna see if like, all this stuff honestly should have been loaded up. I don't know what my problem is. Really, I know what the problem is because I'm not the executive producer of the damn show. You know what I mean? Don keep talking about the bus was late and all that shit. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I want my
Couldn't
clips.
find the fuse.
Yeah, because Flight, do you got that clip? Flight? Yeah, well, load that up. I'm gonna keep going through my list. Yeah, just load that up. I'm gonna keep going through my list. I don't even remember what number I was at. All right, I'm gonna flip it. We had a lot of firsts on the podcast. Number 1, Top Flight taking the shit live on air.
I knew that was
The
coming. I
funniest
knew
shit.
that.
That's the number 1 thing. That was the funniest. And look, I'm so oblivious. I never even peeped the blitz. OG peeped it. OG peeped the blitz. Like, yo, Flight must be taking the shit. I said, wait, what?
I knew that was gonna be on there. I had a feeling.
That's number 1. We
That
broke
got to be number
podcast.
1.
Nah,
We
that
broke
can't be number
podcast.
1. That can't. I mean, if that's your list, you got your little list. Number 1 for me was us really connecting when we shared our stories. So that was
Yeah,
number 1 for me.
that was dope. That was definitely.
That was because it was impactful not just for us but for everybody.
Yeah, I got a
And
lot of calls after that show, bro.
the feedback from that one was impeccable. So
And when I tell you that, to me, I just blacked out because I don't remember what I even said. Like, people were calling me and texting me like, "Yo, that was powerful. It was right what I needed at the time." And I'm like, I don't know. I can't even remember what the hell I said.
right.
But it
It was
impacted some
impact.
people.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah,
and like I said, just to see everybody in a vulnerable moment. Like, you had your moment, OG, and then, like I said, I didn't feel it was needed and necessary to share mines, but that the prayer was impactful. So
yeah, that
that
was the
was
perfect way to end it, bro.
that was my favorite show.
All right, here it is. He loaded the clip.
Greet each other. Hi, everybody. We don't fucking speak like that. When the sister see another sister, the conversation go like this. Yeah, bitches, we in here. Let's go. We gonna try this shit one more time. Don't fuck up, Rashida. Look, she's so nervous. Oh my God. We're gonna try this shit one more time. Yeah, bitches, we in here. Look at the finger. Yeah, bitches.
Let's go, Rashida! You got it!
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Rashida. Yeah, bitches.
That is some unreleased footage.
Yo, Rashida was like 6'5".
Did you see her finger? She had the Arsenio finger. That
Man,
motherfucker
yeah,
was long.
Rashida was like 6'5", man.
If y'all get an opportunity to check my brother out live and in person, please make sure y'all check him out. The 22nd? No, January, I want to say 13th, bro. You just yelling. See, now you don't get no mic. You are not wrong shit now. When are we? What's the next show? In the new year.
January 13th, we back at Punchline.
January 13th, we back at Punchline. Get those tickets
Live,
early.
live podcast.
Live podcast, and
And
you
then
will be
you can
hosting.
go to the show right over. I'm coming out the headlining spot this time. I'm not taping or recording. I believe in giving other people an opportunity to be able to show their talent. So you're not gonna get you going. I'll be there, but that show is not about me. It's about giving other comics an opportunity. So we have a whole different lineup. You'll see me, but I'm just hosting this time around. So
And he being high, a little modest because even his hosting gigs, like he still be killing that shit. That should be funny
Right,
as shit.
that's the time when the boy gave the table away and they ain't say nothing, right?
hey, listen, y'all got your same table. Now, what he do with it is
But
gonna be on
I
him.
know beforehand now though.
Oh yeah, no,
I
I'm
didn't,
letting
I
you know.
didn't know.
Look, it's
Yeah, I didn't
recorded.
know till
It's recorded.
a month later.
You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give y'all two separate tables. So if he give his
Yeah,
table away, who gives a
yeah.
fuck? That's on
I
him.
don't want to sit with boy.
So I listen. It never dawned on me he throwing shots because Flight like when we do the live podcast and we stay for the show, Flight give us like these front row tables at Punchline. It's not seats, it's just tables. Like Punchline has whole tables. So he get us like tables right there, front row, front and center. And I actually
No,
gave
he didn't give. He gave them to us, but us didn't know he gave them to us.
he
You
gave
never mentioned it.
he gave them to us, and I
He gave them
never
to you because you never said nothing.
Get him.
look. She said, "Yep," because she the one I gave the table to.
Yeah,
So look,
never
I
said
thought
nothing
it was.
about it. Never said nothing about it. It
It
came out
didn't.
on the show.
It
So
didn't dawn
basically
on
what
me.
happened is y'all went from VIP to behind
Flea
the rope.
IP. We was the Flea IP.
So
We
wait,
need the fucking binoculars.
so so we still get the two VIP tables, right?
Yes, and
All
nothing's
right.
changed, man. Y'all.
Separate mine from his, man.
Yeah, I got you. I
We
got
go.
you. I'll make sure you and
Separate mine from his,
your
man.
party your +1 is good. I'm put y'all
Yeah.
separate.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give my table away again.
And don't come over there near my shit, and bet you give yours away.
I'm
Take your ass in
coming.
the back.
I'm coming right over there
No, you ain't.
to
You're
his
gonna go right in the
table.
back. You're gonna go right in the back.
Oh, forget where you came from. Look, he bougie now. He uppity. He gotta be front row VIP. He
No,
uppity.
I was cool where I was at. It didn't matter
Listen,
to me. But
at Punchline is not a bad house.
you did some.
It's not a
That was
bad
a spicy
studio
move you
house.
did though. You
No,
pulled the move and ain't say nothing.
that wasn't malicious, bro.
It
I didn't.
was
It
the
wasn't.
move. You pulled the move.
He had good intentions. He had
It
good
was the
Listen,
intentions.
move regardless. I don't care what his intent was. He pulled the move and didn't say nothing. If I give
Shabira,
you something, if I give you
Shabira,
something for
and I
y'all
accept money
and
for
he
the
give
for
it
that
away without
table
saying
over
anything to you, you don't know about it. That's a move.
You're right, but
It's
and
only
It's a move.
shady. It's only shady
It's
or
a
shicey
move.
if
It's a
I
move.
personally benefited from it somehow. I didn't
You
personally.
did. You gave it to your people.
They was listeners to the show.
they was
You gave
listeners,
it to
man.
your. You didn't say anything though.
They was supporters.
It was a move because you neglected to say anything. You didn't even say. You never said nothing. If Flight never mentioned it a month later on the show, it would never came out. It was a move.
Well,
He
Because it
pulled
you
the
didn't
move, man.
matter. We
you
still
said you
had our
wanted to get
own
him
pool.
heated. He heated now. Look,
He
the
pulled.
temperature going up.
Listen, did he freeze?
Yeah, he.
That nigga got
You
so
should
mad he
screenshot.
broke his.
Yo, you should screenshot.
Take a snapshot.
I got it. You wanted that nigga to be amped up. He amped up now. Look at it. He's so amped. He done turned into a mannequin.
He done broke his own internet.
He done turned into a mannequin. I would leave that up. I would leave that. I wouldn't even take them off. Leave them just like that.
But see, Jabira tuned in live. I gave the seats to her and her husband,
And they
and
deserved it. So
and they enjoyed themselves. They really did.
good. And that's all that matters. He was
Right.
all right where he was sitting. He was fine. It ain't no bad seats in Punchline. So don't
It's
even do that.
definitely not. Um, where we at? Y'all want to join the live podcast? The link is in the comments. Let's see what we got. Top 10 moments from the show. We just went through that. What should we leave in 2021? Past co-hosts and guests. Looking to 2022. TikTok video of the week. I'm gonna bring everybody up. After I'm gonna play this video, and then I'm gonna bring everybody up to get everybody's perspective. I did want to make Flight tell them about the show on the 13th. Right after I tell them about the
Gotcha.
big exclusive podcast is going to be joining the NGTV streaming platform. So that's NGTV. Make sure you guys pull out your phones, download NGTV now. It's a platform owned by an African American woman. Like her name is Victoria, or we like to call her Vicky. She owns NGTV. She saw the show. She liked what she saw. We talked about doing some, bringing the show to our platform, and she was more than happy to welcome the big exclusive podcast to the NGTV platform and streaming service. You can download it on your phone. It's available on Roku, Amazon Fire TV. It's also available on Amazon. That's what I said. Amazon, Roku, Apple, and you can download it on your phone. So, the big exclusive podcast, you can catch the visual on NGTV streaming live. We are in talks about adding a live show at 8 o'clock prime time. Like, she's actually talking about offering us a prime time 8 o'clock evening show spot streaming on the platform. I'm super excited about that. Flight, get them the information on the show for the 13th.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at Punchline Comedy Club January 13th from 6 p.m. We will be doing a live podcast. Punchline was super excited that we were there. We were actually in history. We were the first one to do a live podcast at the Punchline Comedy Club. They loved it. They were so interested that when they reached out to me and my team, they wanted to bring us back. So we will be back live January 13th at the Punchline Comedy Club. Myself, big exclusive, Angry OG. You can purchase tickets. I will put the link up in here. I'll do that in a minute. Or you can just go on Punchline right now, www.punchline, Philadelphia Punchline Comedy Club, and go to January 13th. You'll see the American Me comedy show, myself, Nate the Landlord, and Jason Rogers. And you can come to the podcast at 6 p.m. And then right after we've done the podcast, you just walk right over into the live show. So you get two shows for one price.
Yeah, so if you tuned in right now, I want to see, look, here she is now. I thank y'all so much for allowing my hubby and I to be a part of it. Cannot wait until the 13th. Listen, in 2022, I'm telling you right now, don't call yourself my friend if you can't come out and see me for free, or grab a $20 ticket where you get the live podcast and the comedy show. Like, that's the kind of support I need in 2022. Come out, show a brother some love. The last two live podcasts didn't cost anybody anything. And because of our sponsors, everybody left with swag bags, okay? Like, we got dope sponsors, man. Our sponsors really look out for the big exclusive podcast with me, with myself, Angry OG, and comedian Top Flight. And Top Flight just told y'all, you know what I mean? He gives us 2 VIP front row basic, tables when we come out to do the live podcast. I never sit at them because I want to give them away to y'all. It's the least I can do for all the support that everybody in the comments right now have always shown. All my family backstage right now who's a part of the podcast. It's because y'all we able to do something we love doing and something we have fun, doing each and every week. So I'm telling you now, Flight, I am going to give away my table
All right, so
to
let's do
somebody who
this.
listened to the podcast.
Let's do this. We'll do your table, and the first 4 people that purchase tickets, I'll make sure they get a VIP ticket. So now you got 5 tables to give away. So the first 4 people that go on, and you can reach out to me, you can reach out to OG, you can reach out to Big Exclusive, whoever you reach out to, and you purchase your tickets. I will make sure personally that when you walk in, you will get the VIP treatment. But you got to come to the podcast show too. You got to come to both. So you come, you sit down, we'll be in the lobby. They have drinks available. You can sit, you can watch us, make fun, have fun, and be silly and be stupid live. And then you'll walk right over, and I guarantee you will have the VIP treatment and the VIP seats. So the first 4 people. So he giving away his table. That's one. And then the first 4 people, as soon as I give you the link and the passcode, which is Nate the landlord, I'm gonna give you all that information. I will make sure that you guys have that VIP table when you sit up front. Now I know a lot of people don't like to sit up front, but we don't mess with y'all at my show. We have a good time. Not unless you Rashida, okay? And but as you see, Rashida had a ball, man. She follows me now. She's a big supporter. She then came to 2 more shows after that. She was like, I love it. When I walked out, everybody was calling me Rashida. I felt so at home, and it just felt like love, and I never laughed so hard. I had a great time. So that's what it's all about.
And I just want to say everybody who I don't want to mention them by name, but people know who, like, the people I know support me. I just want to say thank you. If you support me, Top Flight, Angry OG, whether it's the podcast, Epic Graphics, or any comedy show he's a part of, just we want to close out the year just being thankful for you guys. You know who you are because you at every live show, you at every comedy show Top Flight have. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Nate the landlord is fucking hilarious. Okay. Nate is one of those, he's a hybrid. He understands new comedy, but he a throwback for real. And he's physical. Like, Nate's a big guy. He's physical. Like, the faces he making is funny as hell. But Flight is also a hell of a comedian as well. So I want to make sure y'all come out, man. Like I said, I'm going to have to pay for my ticket because I'd rather give away my VIP table to one of our listeners who show love all the time, and y'all enjoyed, that aspect. Some people may have never been able to get front row VIP. And like I said, there's no bad seat in Punchline. This is very, now I do have one issue with Punchline, but I ain't gonna blast them on air. Okay. My producer cracking up. He know exactly what I'm talking about.
Them pretzels.
Them fucking nut ass. The fucking food as a whole. If listen, eat before you come. Me and Don found this perfect pizza spot down the street, literally down the street. This pizza was phenomenal.
Yes, it was.
Now the drinks are amazing down at Punchline, but the food not so much. Make sure your mama feeds you before you get down there, okay? Or get you something to snack on. Or ladies who carry those black hole purses, sneak it in, put you a pretzel or something in there because the food is overpriced and it's gross, to be honest with you. But shout out to Punchline. They always have great comedians and they welcome us. We did, that's another first for the podcast. That was number 3 on my list. Number 1 was Flight taking shit live on air. That was my favorite moment. It was so funny. Number 2 is, for those of you who missed it, we caught a child predator live on the show.
Live, yeah.
Right. And number 3 was us breaking new ground again. We was the first podcast to ever do a podcast live in Punchline, Philly. So we've had a lot of firsts on this podcast, and I'm super proud of everybody who's able to, who's a part of making that happen, because without you guys, you know what I mean, we wouldn't be able to do it. And the only thing I ever ask of you guys genuinely is just tell somebody about the podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's Dem again, the Big Exclusive Podcast. Now let's bring some of our family back in here because we want to cut up a little bit. Look, she jumped right up. She look, she jumped right up. She like, I thought you would have had a glass of wine poured by now.
I did have some, but I'm already feeling it, so I'm not going to be all drunk on here.
Oh man, what's up with OG? He still ain't made it back yet. OG on his I don't know what's up with his Wi-Fi. But there's one other thing that I wanted to talk about, and I want him to come in. Classic, where you at? I want you to come in. The link is in. Just scroll up. The link is in the comment section. Just scroll up, because he's a musician, and he's a good friend of mine. He also has his own clothing line called Classic Apparel, and he has an album dropping New Year's Eve. And I just wanted to here's the thing about this platform, right? And I honestly believe this. If you have a platform and you can't lend that platform to your friends, I feel like you're useless. So LeBray, when the album drop, you have to come. It's an open invitation. You have to come promote the album. Whatever event that you have going on surrounded by the album, I may not come. But I'm going to buy tickets, and I'll probably give them away live on the show or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this motherfucker's so mad he broke his own Wi-Fi. Hawk Smash, you all right, Hawk Smash?
I'm always on.
Yeah, solid. Say less. Flight put me in the hey, look, Flight put me in the kitchen down there. So Classic, what's up with you, man?
What's good? What's good?
I heard you got a project dropping New Year's Eve called Classic Nights.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about the project and where we can get it from.
All major platforms. New Year's Eve, Classic Nights, little EP we put together. 8 tracks, just grown man music, grown man bars, just real hip hop. And I hope y'all check it out. All platforms, Classic Nights. Please tap in.
So you only work with one producer on this EP?
Yeah, producer I met actually, DJ I know, DJ Brickhouse. She used to do like live shows for unsigned talent back in the day. You know what I mean? So I met this dude at one of the shows, and we just clicked and we linked. And he was a rapper first, and then he just turned out to be a crazy producer. So he's like, "Look, man, let's just do something together." So we got together. We recorded like 30-something tracks. So I got more projects coming with him. It's dope.
Oh man, I'm super excited to hear that. Are you still doing the clothing line?
Right now, no. Getting back into it, just trying to find manufacturing. Like, if I'm being totally honest and transparent, I got frustrated with it, bro. Like, it was kicking my ass, so I had to, you know what I mean, step back for a minute and revamp and figure out a better way to go at it, because it was driving me crazy.
And man, sometimes you got to take a step back to take 2 forward. I totally get that, and I understand that. So, are you doing anything special surrounding the album release? Are you doing like a New Year's Eve party, or like what do you got going on?
Nah, I was working on doing a listening party, but we chilled out on that because all these, you know what I mean, this COVID rampant is running back up.
I assumed you was talking about a virtual listening party.
I might look into that. That sounds dope. I haven't even thought of that, but we was trying to do it.
See, I be charging for shit like that, bro. You see what I'm saying?
You said what?
I be charging for stuff like that. That's consultation fees and all that. But nah, I got you, bro. I'm gonna hit you after the show and see if I can assist you in putting something together. For a virtual listening party. I've already, heard. I haven't heard the new music, but I'm already a fan, and I can't wait to hear that, John. I appreciate you coming on. Tell the people where they can follow you, so they can stay in tune with what you got going on.
Facts Classic on everything. Singles out right now called Right Back. It's been out for a couple months. The EP comes out December 31st midnight, man. So check it out. Like I said, Facts Classic on everything. Classic Apparel on everything. And the clothing line will be back, and we're gonna be running soon.
All right, that's Classic with a K.
Classic with a K. 2 Ks. No C.
No C's. Brother, I salute you. I can't wait till the record come out. I'll be sure to stream it. I'll probably do a review on it once I hear it. It's gonna be honest.
Yeah, please. I need it. Complete honesty, bro. No yes man stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But I appreciate you stopping by the podcast, man, and always showing love. I wish you nothing but health, wealth, and prosperity in this upcoming year. And I'll hit you a little bit later on, bro.
Bet likewise, man. Y'all have a safe and happy New Year.
All right, peace. So let's bring it back around. OG, you calm down now. You want to, I wanted to get into this. I wanted to get into this. Where is Roll at? I actually sent Roll a message. Something got to be wrong. If he ain't here, something wrong.
He got his own. He got his own
podcast.
Uh,
He
So
David
I'm telling you.
Ruffin your ass. I'm David Ruffin, and these niggas are the Temptations.
Listen. This the other point. So I'm gonna play a clip. This happened to be my favorite clip from TikTok. I have a bunch of ones I could have put up here, but this one is one of my favorites. We could talk about it after it plays. But more importantly, I really don't need your thoughts on this one. I just want to play it because I can. But the second clip is the one we're gonna talk about. But this first one is just purely for my
So
entertainment.
if you can play it because you can and don't have to play it, play that shit for yourself when we ain't around.
Thank you.
Hey baby, we're gonna play a little game. Grab that bottle. That represents my heart. Okay. All right. Now every time we get into an argument, all right, it hurts and it damages my heart. Squeeze the bottle. Okay. Now when we go to bed and we don't make up, and the next day we still fight, and you don't admit that I'm right, it hurts and damages my heart even more. So squeeze the bottle even more. Okay. Now blow the bottle back up. All right. And that's to show you one blowjob fixes everything.
I can't hear it for some reason.
You couldn't hear it?
No. What did she say? Or what did he say to her?
Oh,
Squeeze the bottle
man.
and left.
No. So go ahead, Flight. You the comedian.
Nah. What he said was, he was like, squeeze the bottle when we argue and you don't admit I'm right. It hurts my heart. He's like, so squeeze it one more time when we fight and we don't make up. So then he was like, all right, now blow the bottle back up. And he was like, see, one blowjob can just fix my heart.
I'm done.
Kalila Strong
man.
said, I can't even. You can't even what? That was hilarious. Here you go. Sliding and Kevin sweatpants on. Excuse me. Hey, Ro, nah, you got to come. Like, click the link. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post it again, man. I'm gonna post the link. Roll, hit the damn link. We want to know where the hell you been at, why you wasn't here, and what's up with that new podcast.
Ro got a new girlfriend, man. You know how it is when you get something new.
Shit, from what he said this morning, it might be a boyfriend.
Oh shit.
Okay. All right. Where's my tea? I'm gonna just go ahead and drink on that one.
Blowjobs or flowers for men. I like that. Roll, click the link, get your ass backstage. Let's go.
He ain't gonna come on. Remember, he nervous and scared. He now that was
He
that
got
was
his own thing though, so he shouldn't be nervous and scared.
I don't know. That's what he told us in the beginning.
That's
right,
exactly.
Summer, flowers die.
That's why I don't buy him.
Summer, click the link. Come in, Summer. I need Roll. I need Summer to click the link. Look at Flight. Are you nervous about something, Flight?
No, man, 7:30 I be getting tired, and then I gotta the bathroom be calling.
You remind me.
It's like
my daughter.
clockwork. I don't know why. It's like clockwork. Like 7:30, I just
You gotta
Well,
go
my
top the
Another
squat.
number 2.
You gotta go top
listen,
the squat at 7:30.
when my
like
daughter
I
get tired, my youngest daughter get tired, she start scratching everywhere.
scratch. Ah,
Say,
I'm
Cam,
the
you
same
itchy?
way. Listen, bruh. Look, I be tired, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you.
I did not know that was a thing. Like you scratch when you get. Back in the day, I used to just rub my eye. Like I
Yeah,
guess my
I'm
eye
doing
was
that
itching
too.
too.
And then I don't know. Yeah.
Big roll, what's up, man? Why you just now getting here at 17 after 7?
Been a rough day, good brother. Been a rough day.
Tell me it got better.
We gonna see. We gonna see it, whatnot, but I'm alive. Thankful for that. What's good, y'all?
That's a great
Flight,
day.
What's up, homie?
Angry OG. I heard that bullshit, Angry. But you know what though? After that out of pocket comment I made earlier, I can see how you can feel that way. I can see how you can feel. I ain't even gonna dispute that because it was like, ooh, what did that nigga say? No.
Oh, see, now you're gonna have me go back and watch to see what.
Hey.
Yeah, he was
Don't try to
definitely
delete
out
it.
of pocket. He was
Don't try to
definitely out of
delete it.
Hey, look, Flight, I got 5 words for you. Inappropriate. Even to get
Big
a person.
roll.
Yeah.
You want
Tell us about the podcast, bro. What's up with it?
Podcast. We first met, man. I told you and whatnot. I came up with my man World Pig.
Shout
World
out
Pig
to
and
Big.
whatnot had connectedradio215.com. We had a whole bunch of people that we linked to because it's like I know this dude, and you know this dude too. And we linked back up and it was like, yo, bro, why don't you do a radio show? I was like, man, I don't know about no radio show. I don't know about that. I get on a radio show, do a pilot, and it literally just flowed. It just flowed naturally. And when I tell you it flowed successfully, like we was up to about 3,000 listeners before the walls came crashing in. So after doing it, I never lost that urge. And whatnot. It's like I'm hanging around and whatnot with other people doing podcasts. I got that bug and I wanted to do it. Still wanted to get back in the game, still wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? Hanging around y'all, just like I just playing a supportive role because we family. Like y'all some genuine dudes. But just out of nowhere, I said, you know what, nigga? You know what? Grab your phone. Put up a post saying you gonna go live at 9:00 and we gonna spit for an hour. And that's what I did. And sure enough, the people came through. I freestyled it, but man, it was dope. It was dope. Very entertaining. A lot of positive feedback on that. Especially you. So I appreciate you coming through, Shannon, taking the time out. Especially, getting at me afterwards. Hey, shout out to my man OG. He called me afterwards, and that was a lot of love right there. Flight, I know you grinding 24/7, dog, but trust me when I tell you, I know the love is there.
Oh yeah, I commented. I watched a little bit of the first one when you went live.
Appreciate it,
I
man. I
was
saw
on
you.
there.
Yes, sir.
I was on there.
So that's what we doing, man. Like in other words, it's to me the way I look at it, man. The big exclusive podcast, man. We it's like a train. I see big things in 2022, and I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that and whatnot. So this is me putting my bid in to have this show right here get added to the network.
Boom.
I see my man Demetrius Clement in here. Yo, Fats, what's good, man?
So hey, I got a question, Big Ro.
Yes, sir.
How y'all got those pots and pans hanging on the wall like that?
That's mom's.
Do she got the spoon and fork?
Listen, when I tell you, for all I know, they sticking up there by a thumbtack and a piece of dirty chewing gum. But they'll never move. They will never move. It could be a whole fight in this kitchen between me and 3 other big niggas, and ain't none of that stuff moving on that wall. I fell in this kitchen one time. Boom, bang. Bow. I look up, all that shit right there where it's supposed to be. And I'm like, God damn. I'm like, she got that
That's
jail
that
glue.
super glue.
She got no. She got that jail glue. Like,
I hear you.
So we got another person join the podcast. She was actually part of that ladies' night situation that was so dope. That got so much love. Let's welcome in Miss Crystal Dominique.
Hey, top flight, angry OG.
What's up?
Producer. So you got LeBray in the building, Big Roll. I've been catching the show faithfully. Big Roll, you're a superstar, man. Like,
thank you, dear. Appreciate that.
I'm rolling every morning. Luckily, I work from home. I might be fired because I'm cracking up every morning. So keep going.
Pat said that shit came with the house. That shit built into the foundation.
I appreciate that, babe. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And Mom Dukes, I think Tiffany said it in the chat when I was waiting to join. Mom, or no, maybe it was Summer. I'm waiting on Mom to get a segment. She should get a segment.
Man, mom is
Summer
hilarious.
said his mom is hilarious. She needs to be on the show.
wait till Friday, man. It's gonna be next level.
I'm a real nigga. Crystal, I want to play a clip from when you was on the show when you did your ladies' night, okay?
Is it approved?
Yeah, I approved it.
He said when men cheat, we are dogs. When women cheat, they blame it on whatever they feel like the man wasn't doing. I agree and disagree.
I want to dive into that, right? And I'm not going to say like I agree, but let's dive into that. I hear a lot of times like, it's more so expected for a man to cheat. It's more so assumed, right? Why did y'all break up? He cheated. He couldn't keep in his pants. You know what I mean? And, he's a dog, you can't forgive him. The ladies round up. And it's just a wrap for him, right? The family is all around it. Women tend to get a lot of support when it comes to leaving a man, right? If he cheats. However, I hear oftentimes if a woman's cheating, it's like he wasn't there emotionally. A woman is only going to cheat if she's not it's not about the sex. It's about he wasn't there giving her what she really needed. And I think that happens a lot, like in these conversations. So is that kind of allowing women to cheat more? I don't know. What do y'all think?
I think it's bullshit. It's a crutch that y'all use.
Whoa.
We don't have
That's
a crutch.
not a crutch that we use.
We
Y'all
don't have
told
a
us that
crutch.
we're emotional
That's
creatures. You
bullshit.
guys tell us that we're
we automatically dogs when we cheat.
All right,
Automatically dogs.
So wait. We want to make sure everybody get heard. OG, talk to me.
It's bullshit. Like I said, it's bullshit. If when a guy cheat, he automatically a dog. It don't have nothing to do with whatever he wasn't getting from the female. That don't even come into play. And when a female cheat, they got all these excuses that they could use to make it okay.
Crystal,
Yes.
you care to respond?
Shout out to Big Exclusive Podcast. I had to find my hoodie before joining tonight, so I don't know if y'all noticed, but I got on my big
Looks good on you.
hoodie. So yeah, I mean, I the question was a relevant question because you do hear that it's very common, like for women to just be like, say that, for people in general, whether it's man or woman, a woman was lacking something emotionally, like, and that's why she did it. And I don't necessarily think it's a crutch. I think as much as I believe that's true, I think it's very important for us to understand, Big O head included, that if you are a repetitive, if you are caught doing something repetitively, right? If it is a chronic thing that's happening, unfortunately, what's going to happen is you're going to end up being like the person that can never do it, right? And I don't mean to put that in layman's terms, right? But I think what happens with men is how often are we running into situations where a man can't keep his dick in his pants? How often are we? I'm not saying all men are dogs or all men cheat, but sometimes it has to come down to like, let's be real. How often is that happening? And could that be the reason why we're all of a sudden assuming to take like, the negative approach about claiming a man as being a dog because he's cheating when most of the time you're doing it?
Excuse me.
Women cheat at the same rate as men.
I'm putting all my dick back.
So my thing is, if you cheat because you wanted to, not because what somebody else wasn't doing. Because if you wasn't getting something that you needed from that somebody else, leave him. Why cheating yourself? Why
or better
cheating
yet,
yourself by cheating? If that's not
or
what you're about, you're not a cheater. Why cheating yourself by cheating? Just leave him.
or like have the conversation. LeBray.
Well, first I want to say with that whole saying, to be honest, I personally, in my experience, I've been told to me, yeah, women were there. You guys are more emotional creatures. Men tell me what I am. Y'all more emotional. Y'all this. So I want to say that first because I don't think women hold that as a crutch. I think that's something that society tells us that we're emotional creatures, and if we cheat, it's because we weren't satisfied emotionally with our mate. I don't think that's something that we bring up and use as a crutch. But with that being said, I do agree that women cheat and men cheat. I don't know the percentage of who's higher, who's less, but I do think that women cheat and men cheat. But in my experience, from my circle, it seems that the men in my life have cheated way more than my girlfriends that I deal with. Like my girlfriends, my circle, we don't be cheating like that. We have not. Have we cheated in the past? Yeah, in our 20s in college, yeah, we cheated. But when we're committed to a man, we're committed. So that's my experience. But I don't want to sit there and say that as a whole that yeah, all men cheat and women we're just so innocent angels. I don't want to say that, but I want to say in my experience, it has been more so that the men in my life, they're the ones that are out there getting, going out there getting their side chicks, and the women, we're here committed. But I don't want to sit there and say that's like a finite thing. So I want to put that out there. It's not finite, but that's what I think. That's my opinion.
I just think on both sides, if you do it, it's because you wanted to. Bottom line, that's it. If you cheated, you did it because you wanted to, male or female. I don't want to hear no excuses about what somebody else wasn't doing, what they wouldn't give you. If you did it, it was because you wanted to. Bottom line,
I agree with that.
male, female.
I agree with that. I actually do agree with that.
Every pot got a top. Oh, sorry.
Because you can always have your reasons, but when you choose, being committed is a choice. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody has their temptations, but being committed is a choice. So if you choose to step out in your relationship, I think that was a choice you decided to make.
Exactly, because you wanted to. That's something that you wanted to do. You made a conscious decision to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Male or female.
Jabera said, "Can't nobody make you do
They
anything."
shouldn't be able to anyway.
That statement was meant though to imply that somebody is cheating because someone made them do it. Like,
right.
I think we're taking that and we're leading into conversation that wasn't even implied there. So I want to just say that, like, I don't think we're saying, and hopefully no one's saying that someone does something because someone made it. I think we're all adults here, right? We understand.
We didn't say it. We said the excuse women use it be because they was lacking something in their relationship and they got it from somewhere else. That's what made them go out and cheat.
Isn't that what anybody cheats though? If a man is lacking something.
But the bottom line is you cheated because you wanted to. Nobody is nobody should allow you to go outside of who you are. You shouldn't have. Nobody should have that kind of power over you.
Well,
to make you go outside of who you essentially are. If you're not a cheater and you're not getting something from your mate, why would you turn into a cheater because you wasn't getting something from your mate and you just leave them?
If I could be honest, for the same reason that I'm sorry, LeBray, but real quick, if I could be honest, for the same reason, if I was with a job for 10 years and they refused to give me a raise, I'm going to leave. I don't care how loyal I am, or I'm going to start looking for another job while I still work at that job. So I don't mean to like cut down your opinion, but the people, let's be real. Infidelity is rampant, right? So and we're all good people out here. I feel like a lot of us are, right? But if you are working a job and you're not happy for whatever the reason is, things might happen because you are not getting something that you need in that situation, regardless.
That's apples to oranges, though. That don't even correlate because your job, some people need that income. You can't just quit your job. You can quit a motherfucker. You can leave a motherfucker on the spot.
That's perspective. What you just said is perspective. I think there was a correlation. I think what she said, what definitely related. And I think that's your perspective. But as a woman, sometimes when we're in relationships and we're in love, sometimes for some women, I think you got to step outside of your shoes and realize that some women find it hard to leave a man. Maybe they're dependent on this man for whatever reason. I have known some people in my mind, in my opinion, I'm like, well, girl, why don't you leave him? But for her, it was hard for her to do. She was dependent on him. He was the main source of income. She wasn't happy, but she didn't know how to leave because he
Which she
had.
shouldn't allow in the beginning.
I agree with you, but what I'm trying
She
to say
shouldn't allow
is,
that in the beginning. You don't sign up for nothing like that because then you stuck holding the bag. If he decide to leave, you have nothing. Not suppose he decided to leave her before she even had the thought to even want to leave him. She has
I agree
nothing
with you, but
because you
people,
can't
there's a lot
totally
of people who
dependent on
experience
someone.
that.
As the adult, you shouldn't be in that situation. I don't care, man or female. You
Angry
should
man,
be
ever
totally
cheated before?
reliant on
Oh,
somebody else.
so let me so hold on for a second. This could go.
I'm just curious. Has Angry ever cheated on a woman before?
Yeah, I cheated, and I cheated because I wanted to. It ain't had shit to do with her. It ain't had nothing to do with her. It's because I wanted to do it.
So, all
Nothing to
right,
do with her at all.
with that being said, I think Summer posed a really good question, and I'd like you guys' perspective. She said, "I never understand why folks who cheat don't just go be with who they're cheating with." Anybody want to take a stab at that?
I guess they don't. It's just. I guess you get the thrill out of the fling. Like you don't want to be with that person that you cheating with. It's just something to do.
I mean,
For what? Oh, go ahead, Crystal.
I know Angry didn't like my example, or he didn't see correlation in my example, but
To me, it didn't correlate to me.
I'm going to give
I'm
another.
entitled to that.
So, for the same reason why I cheat on my diets, and I'm not supposed to eat the Krispy Kreme, but I'm driving up in the drive-through and I'm eating that Krispy Kreme. Like,
Who's
I
going
don't.
to turn down the Krispy Kreme though?
I'm just hold on.
Who's going to turn?
Hold on. Hey, what you say? Who gonna what?
Who's
You
going to
gonna
turn
turn
that
it
down?
down? Everybody like Krispy Kreme.
I'm just saying, like, I'm like at the drive-through, knowing darn well this is wrong, knowing darn well I just ran 2 miles, right? And I'm going to get an oil change. This is a true story, y'all. Where I get my oil change at is a Krispy Kreme drive-through, right? And the line for the oil change be long, and I'd be tempted. And a lot of times I say no, and sometimes I say yes. And does that mean that?
Ain't nothing wrong with having that donut every now and then.
So,
But you know you didn't just get one.
It is though,
You didn't
right?
just get
That's
one.
what we
Don't
talking
lie.
about.
Don't lie, Crystal. It was, you didn't just get. You don't just buy one donut.
No, I don't just get one, and I don't just get one.
Especially if the light on, that hot
Yeah,
light.
you got at least get that 3-pack.
I ate a dozen, they ain't even touched my tongue.
Dang.
I'm never going for cheating. Actually, I have never cheated on a man in my whole entire life. But
What you cheated on a woman?
no, I have never
Oh.
cheated on everything I love. But I have been cheated on, and I practice forgiveness, and I also understand why I've been cheated on, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So what you broke up with him while you was cheating, and so you don't call it cheating. Then you went back with him in the morning.
No, I
So
don't cheat.
you don't consider that cheating.
I don't cheat, but I understand why people cheat. I don't cheat, not at all. I don't cheat, but I understand why people do. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, big roll.
Crystal.
Big roll.
Say
Yes,
big roll.
sir. I wouldn't cheat on Crystal because she got long hair.
Big roll. All you gotta do is flip back those dreads for me. It's a wrap. Looking back, roll.
That's a lace front. Big Roll got a lace front on.
Baby, where you at? You on the moon? Okay, be careful.
What?
Hey, yo.
They're cheating at.
Oh.
You know,
So since
we always want to respect each other's opinions about stuff, but bottom line, our experiences are going to dictate the way we feel and the way we look at other people's situations. Like, let's say if you yourself been cheated on about 15 times, the last thing you gonna sit there and do is listen to a conversation next to you about somebody saying, "Yeah, man, I've been with a girl, man, she ain't never cheated on me," and the whole time you sitting there like, "Man, that's bullshit." It's just hard today, man. It's hard to believe anything based on what you've been through on a personal level. It's my own personal opinion on it.
So here's a question I have, right? Because everybody, pretty much everybody, with the exception of Crystal, has admitted to cheating, right? So my question is this: is it ever worth it? Has anybody who cheated ever had an experience where it was worth cheating on your significant other?
Yep.
No.
It was like that Krispy Kreme for angry.
Break that down, Angry.
So that was more of an immediate answer. He didn't even think about that shit. He just said, "Yup."
Yup.
Yup.
So what what made it worth it, OG? What made
Man, listen. It's all in what you make of it.
what does that mean?
It's all in what you make of it, man.
What does
So
that mean? Is that what the other woman was able to do? Provide maybe a new sexual
of course,
experience?
yeah. You don't cheat for like just to go out to the movies and no shit like that. Like you cheat for that action. Like like the boy said, he all about that action, boss.
I'm
That's
all
what you
about that
cheat
action,
for. You don't cheat just to be hanging out with somebody and shit. Like, well,
That's
I
what
like
I'm
your
saying.
company. Like that's
Here-
not why you cheat. Like,
Here's the thing, though, right? Prior to you ever cheating, you don't know what this person's sex is like. So,
that's why you cheat. You gonna find out.
oh god,
I'm sorry. I cheated one time. And I'm not gonna say I regret it, but I don't think I would ever do that again. Now I will say,
but was it worth it? But was it
so,
worth it?
well, the sex was great. I had my first vaginal orgasm, never had it before, so that was great. But the way that my ex found out that I cheated, I told him I was honest because I felt guilty about it, and I realized that you should
That
never tell
nigga
a
made
man.
you come and you told you.
You should never tell a man you cheated. That's the thing. You should just never do
Never.
it. Never do it.
Never.
So
Never, ever.
that's why I say I shouldn't have did. I regret that. Like I should have I should
Wow.
have stayed faithful, or I should have broke up with him. Because I wasn't happy I wasn't happy, but at the same time, I
But
didn't want to be alone at that time, so I stayed in that. And so, but I learned from it. So that was a lesson. So I guess I don't want to say I regret
So
it
here's the
because I wouldn't
question.
be who I am.
So here's the question. At any point did you crave wanting to be with that man who gave you that first orgasm while you went back to your boyfriend?
Yeah, I played myself. I fell in love with that guy. And that didn't work out. Obviously, we're not together. So I did want to be with him. That's the reason why I cheated, because I wanted to be with him and it didn't work out. So
wait, you cheated with that man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then when you broke up with the original guy, you went and tried to make it work with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't.
Yeah, because he lied to me. He said he was divorced, but he wasn't. He was still married. And yeah. So long story short, it was a lesson. It was a lesson learned. And I haven't cheated ever again, but I did that in my 20s.
He hit it with the Eddie Murphy. Ooh wee.
Yeah.
So Flight.
Yo.
Have you ever cheated?
Eagles
if you
won
start out
last
your
week.
own, that means you lying.
Why you put him on a spotlight like that?
Yeah, no, I cheated before and shit. I ain't gonna sit here and
He
say
ain't
I didn't.
about to be up here as no grown ass man and not be put on the spot about cheating. We grown. We
Yeah,
fucking
nah.
having an adult
I mean,
conversation.
here's the thing.
He
What I've
cheated.
learned.
We all
Here's
cheat.
the thing. All men cheat. Sorry.
This nigga just gonna try to throw niggas.
My brother said that.
And
My
then
brother
back
said
up, and
that.
then back up over a motherfucker.
Then back up over it. Like,
Out.
get the
See,
fuck.
this is what I struggle with. I struggle with when you get to Steve Harveys of the world, right? And men want to hate them. When men tell the truth about men don't like it. What is up with that?
Charles, come into the show, Charles. First of all, it's not a matter of men not liking it. That was more or less of a joke, an inside joke between the hosts of the show, like we go through. But more importantly, it's not about. First of all, no man can ever snitch on a man because
he told on himself.
Facts.
Everybody don't fit in the same bubble. He only can
Facts.
talk about what he did. He can't
Facts.
talk about what nobody else did but himself. Steve Harvey can't tell you what the fuck I did. He only can talk about what he did. Everybody don't do the same thing.
So you guys don't think
Charles. come backstage, Charles. I want you to come on. I don't want to just post that. I want you to come on and talk about that. I'm talking about Charles Gregory. He's been like a mentor to me, and almost like an entertainment big brother. He puts me on all the latest software. He's been like the chairman down. He has had his own show for like the last 5-6 years, and he always put me on game. Even tried to bring me over to his network. And I appreciate Charles, but I want to bring Charles on because I'm actually going to do his show. He does a year in review show every year. The name of his show is We Talk Weekly. I know you heard me talk about this before on the podcast. I just think they have such a dope platform, and the way they disseminate information for the culture, I think is very necessary. Like, get rid of Fox News and CNN and all that. We should be watching, We Talk Weekly with Charles Gregory, Sparkle. Why do I always forget her name? That is so bad. But I'm going to be on their show next week. But I'm going to try to get Charles in here. But I don't think you can, like OG said, you can't really say, like, because women think all men cheat anyway, right? Because at some point, a woman has been cheated on in their lifetime. Whether you were just beginning, it was your first love, and you were 15, 16, 17, 18, however old you was, or 45. Once you cheated on once, it just leaves that bitter taste in your mouth. So you always have that paranoia in the back of your mind and that understanding and that assumption that all men cheat.
Yep.
Right. And it could be further from the truth. And we all can only speak to our experiences. And I can say, in my experience, I was super faithful for a long time and then found out that the person I was dealing with had a myriad of other partners that I knew nothing about. And at that point, it's like that created a scar, that created pain, that created an assumption in my head that all women cheat. So when I hear Crystal say, "Oh, yo, I'm not a cheater, I never cheat," first thing I'm gonna think is bullshit because of my own personal experiences. Could that be true? Absolutely, it could be true. That's her story. That's her testimony. It's true for her. But at the end of the day, that does not change my perspective on women. And it's not Steve Harvey, action, whatever his name is, Derek
Steve Harvey
Jackson,
trying to sell books. That's all.
Kevin Samuels. None of them people can change your perspective on who you are and what your relationship should be like. Because what most people don't understand and fail to realize is that a relationship is an organic thing. It's a living thing, right? It needs to be nurtured. It needs to be watered. It needs to be fed. Communication is the lifeblood of a relationship. Sex is another part. Is the heartbeat of the relationship. The bones and the structure of a relationship is honesty and loyalty. And at the end of the day, all that stuff that encompasses that relationship is organic to those two people in that relationship. What you did with somebody else is not going to be
Not
as
what you
effective
do with the next.
with
Yeah.
the next
You
one.
don't get out
Some
of one
women,
out of somebody what somebody else got out of.
exactly. Some women might be super boring with you, but be a super freak with somebody else. They might.
Can I respond to what you said, Big Exclusive?
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people actually agree with you. And I think there's an assumption that women think all men cheat because we just think all men cheat. However, I think just like you just described so eloquently, a lot of women, from my experience, believe a man cheats because she's experienced a man who cheats. Not because she's just out here believing in some story that all men cheat. It is because she had an experience. And then from my experience, ladies, please correct me if I'm wrong, multiple experiences of men who cheat. So therefore, an assumption is created. I personally believe not just that men cheat, but I do believe that it is not, I don't believe it's natural for a man to not have the desires that we've come to realize that they have. I think the desires that men have are natural. They're biological. Unless you have a moral compass that has you committed to a certain level of abstinence within your outside of your relationships, that is the only way you won't want to cheat. there are some serious desires outside of what we all sit here talking about that cause men to do the things they do when it comes to having sex with multiple partners. And I think it's just way beyond what any of us can really control. But if you have a moral compass, whether it's through your spiritual guidance, whether it's through your really spiritual, to be honest, if without that, you might not have the moral compass to make you not want to cheat or to make you want to admit it.
The flip side of the spiritual thing is all the perversion that's going on in the Catholic Church.
Well, I don't want to go there.
They're spiritual.
I don't want to go there because
They're spiritual, but they have to suppress those same feelings and desires that you just were talking about. They have to suppress that. That's not natural. That's why you have what you have going on with them.
All right, I want to real quick. I want to add 2 more people to the show. As you guys can see, we have Tiffany and Dennis in the building.
Hey, y'all.
How's it going, Tiff?
Everything is wonderful. How y'all been?
Great. Thanks for popping in. And I want to bring in, you know what I mean, my mentor, Charles Gregory. Like I said, he's the guy who put me on a lot of game when it comes to the podcast and doing shows. So, Charles, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. How y'all doing? I've been listening to everything. Great show, y'all. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, I appreciate that. But you had made a comment, and I think it was in regards to what LeBray had said about telling that, you know, she had admitted to cheating. And I wanted to ask that question. Charles, before you respond to that, I want to know, and I don't want you to elaborate. I just want to yes or no, basically. If somebody cheated on you, would you want them to come clean and tell you? Just yes or no.
Yes. Oh, who you asking? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, LeBray. You can go.
Oh, I'd say yes.
Top flight.
Yeah, yes.
Big roll.
Absolutely, sir.
Crystal.
Absolutely. Honesty is everything.
Tiffany.
Most definitely.
OG.
Yeah, but once you tell, it got to be over it. Like, you're not going to tell me that, and then I'm going to still deal with you. My stomach going to be hurting and shit for a little while.
I know that's right. I know
I'm
that's
thinking
right.
about main man and probably
knock the bottom out
He done made you come.
Right. He done gave you your first vaginal orgasm and shit.
No, they got to be over it. They got to be over after that.
Charles, give me your thoughts.
Nah, don't tell me. Don't tell me unless you're ready for it to be over. And so, like, pretty much like the OG said, like, you gotta understand, like, when you, most of the time people are telling or coming clean, so to speak, they doing it because they feel guilty. No, you gotta eat that. If you messed up, you messed up. Don't put that hurt on me because you messed up, right? And so what you need to do is, if you messed up, you need to take that to that grave, let it burn you up until we done. You gotta eat that hurt. Don't give it to me because you messed up. And so I get the politically correct idea of no, be honest, communicate, tell me. That's
bullshit.
Because at the end of the day, for the most part, even if that person cheat, you still gonna probably go back to them. And the whole time you with them, all you doing is thinking about them cheating.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole deal is like, yo, if you messed up, you messed up. You eat that. I appreciate you feeling like you want to be honest, but show me how much you will regret cheating on me. Don't tell me. Otherwise, if you tell me, just know it's over, especially when it comes to guys, because all guys going to think of is nothing about somebody else smutting you out. And that's all he's going to be thinking about the whole time. And I'm sure women think that way also. But at the end of the day, you eat that, you take that to the grave. Don't let me find out. Keep it cordial and everybody keep it a buck from there. Everybody make mistakes. Guys don't cheat like women cheat, though. And so that's the difference. We don't cheat emotionally. We just cheat because it is what it is. All men not the same. We're not thinking about we're not thinking about them later. We're not thinking about, riding through the sunset, and we're not doing all that. Maybe women thinking because they upset and emotionally they connect. Guys don't think that way. And so when we even having a conversation about that, we got to look through the lenses of each other. So when we talking about cheating and stuff like that, I think people have to be more realistic as opposed to just talking about it as a narrative. And that's just kind of my position with it. That's all.
Charles, before I let you go, bro, before you get out of here, because we
Mhm.
probably gonna go over tonight. Like we got a lot of our
Yeah.
friends showing up for our last show. Tell people about your show, please, because I think you have one of those very important platforms. We as the culture need to be tuned into a lot more, and the people here tell you on the podcast. I always talk about We Talk Weekly,
Yeah, no doubt.
and you specifically, bro, Charles Gregory. Number one, thank you for being a mentor and
All
putting
day.
me on game, and just picking up the phone every time I call, bro. I appreciate you. But let the people know a little bit about your platform and what it is that you guys do so they can lock in, because I will be on it next week.
Yeah, first of all, I appreciate that. Shannon, take me off. I want to see everybody. All I see is me. I want to make sure I see all the faces, the beautiful
Yes,
faces.
sir.
First and foremost, I just like to appreciate y'all all here doing what y'all doing right now, because what a lot of people don't realize is that we are the culture, period. We are what's continuing a conversation, creating a narrative, and letting people know what the sides are. We're not be all of us are not monoliths, right? So all of us have different opinions, different perspectives, which is okay for us to have. Being able to agree to disagree and being able to be transparent and frank when it comes to what we have to say, especially as people and people of color, right? But me, what we talk weekly is we're entertainment black television talk show, radio show, and podcast. And so we more on the lines of giving journalistic approach of entertainment, journalistic approach of like fashion and broadcasting and commentary. And I think what happens, especially as it relates to shows like ours, kind of giving the true news is that they put a spin on what news is. They don't tell it from the perspective of where the people are. They put their own spin. And one thing that I always tell people who's doing this is if we don't tell our own story, somebody else gonna tell them for us, right? And so we gotta make sure we tell our story true to what it is. If you seeing something on news and they're saying, you know, a black man shot and killed somebody, well, he could have been a child, right? So instead of saying child, they do everybody, boys, little girls, into adults. But they don't do that to our white counterparts. And so when we talking about thinking of what that narrative is or how we gonna get them just desserts, we treat them like adults. And so we have to start really understanding the media literacy behind it, how they're telling our stories, as opposed to us telling our stories, controlling our narratives, controlling our stories, and making sure that we tell them one as transparent and as truthful as possible. And so that's what We Talk Weekly is. So, we always implore people to jump in. We got an end of the year wrap up coming up this Saturday, but feel free to jump on. This is what we do. But I'm a wardrobe stylist, image consultant by trade. And so we talk some fashion, we talk entertainment, we talk news, and we all journalists. But most importantly, the thing that I always say is that, I love my people. I love people of color. And we got to start understanding that we control the media. It's about us right now. So we need to take the bulls by the horns, run with it. And y'all continue to do what y'all do. I love y'all show. Big, you already know that's like my brother. I love him to death. So he's always empowering me. I'm always empowering him, and I empower you guys. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all doing what y'all doing. Just the only thing I always ask when it comes to the things that I'm doing to helping is just pay it forward. And I think that's a lot that we don't do now. We act like that we better, or we feel intimidated by each other, but we shouldn't. We should just work on continue to uplift, empower, and support each other. Because if we don't do it, nobody else is going to do that, right? And so that's kind of pretty much what I do. My name is Charles Gregg, and I just appreciate y'all listening to me. Big thanks for pulling me on y'all platform. And I just love y'all. Y'all keep continuing doing what y'all do.
Charles, I appreciate you, brother, and,
No
and, and and we'll talk soon behind the scenes. All right, appreciate you
doubt,
stopping
no
by.
doubt. Yeah, peace, y'all.
And one last thing I'm gonna say about that, and why we should support each other's platform, because everybody who's here now has some sort of platform, right? And it's not about being in competition. I think the way that we run and control our platforms is culturally necessary because we understand our cultural nuances. So the information that we put out there and we disseminate and we have the dialogue about, every person of color can understand, and almost every person of color can relate or has a similar story. So no matter what modicum of success you have, or no matter how you measure success, there's somebody out there who's watching who hasn't had that level. So even at this level, we could be inspiring other people. And like Charles said, pay it forward, because like I said, he's helped me immensely through my journey. That's exactly why when Big Roll called me and say, Big Shan, I need this, that, and other thing, da, da, da. Or he announced he has a podcast. Roll, why don't you have a flyer? I ain't gonna ask. Let me just send him something to hold him over till he do something else. Crystal, LeBray, Tiffany Ann. Tiffany Ann, one day we're gonna get into that story on how we know each other. But more importantly, everything that I do, she's just at. Like, I don't have to ask her if she's coming. I don't have to ask her if she's busy. I don't have to give her anything free. Tiff just show up like, yo, I'm here, bro. Like, what's up? Well, I was going to say her husband, but your ex-husband,
Yes.
Mike, is the same way. And I say that to say, Tiff became family even when she wasn't family. Flight became my brother regardless of blood. OG literally, and I mean this in the most literal sense, watch me grow up. Okay? Like on the block. We grew up in an era where it wasn't like, did you know OG? It was like, yo, and we would call him his last name. Yo, you know the Browns or the Stevensons or the McIntoshes or the Veenies or the Reynolds, or you know what I mean? That's how we addressed each other. Crystal and LeBray have become very, very, very inspiring women, and I'm proud to say that I know them and watching their journey. Again, you guys need to continue your story, continue inspiring others, and continue pushing forward, man. Like, I just know, I always say I've been blessed with really good friends, and it doesn't just stop here. Like, I forget how blessed I am when it comes to being able to pick up the phone and call people for anything. For anything. So with that being said, continue to pay it forward. Show's not over yet. Summer just made a point in the she just made a comment in the comment section, and I want to get y'all thoughts on this, because I think this is a very important one, because this is another one that kind of hit close to home that I'm super familiar with, and I'm anxious to hear your thoughts about it. Summer said, there's a guy at my job who does a lot of talking to a female coworker, and it borders on flirting, but technically never crossed the line. Is that cheating? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tackle that first. What you say, Don? That's what I was gonna say. That's kind of where I was going with it. So Don made the point that he's plotting, right? Now I don't know, Summer. I don't know if you said he has, that lady has a significant other, boyfriend, or a husband, and I'd be curious to know that. To help me kind of like answer that. But is flirting cheating? Because that's in essence what it boiled down to. And she said it kind of, never crossed the line. But okay, so she doesn't. Summer just said she doesn't have a significant other. So I'm not sure, she's flirting for sure. So I just think at the end of the day, that's just two consenting adults, doing what they do, flirt until they have the opportunity to hook up later. But if he or she has a significant other, that's a very dangerous game, because that kind of gives me the break glass in case of emergency mentality. Because no relationship is perfect. No relationship on this planet is perfect. I don't give a fuck who you see on social media and you talk that's goals and all that. That's not realistic. They only show you the creme de la creme of their relationship online. They
They
not
show 5 minutes
exposing
of
you.
it.
Listen, they not
5 minutes
showing
out there, 24 hours and shit. That's all they showed you.
you exactly. You see, think about it like this. Don, in video, how many frames per second is HD? 60 frames per second, right? Relationships are 60 frames per second. What people show on social media is one out of those 60 frames. And they are the most vivid and happy ones that they want you to see. You don't get to see
Man sleeping on the couch and shit.
exactly. You don't get to see when she pouring antifreeze in his orange juice. That was a true story. But the point I'm trying to make is when you're in a relationship with somebody and you openly flirting with other people, you're opening that door. And when something goes wrong in your relationship, you almost justify because you got that person simmering on the back burner and you already, in some ways, feel emotionally attached to that person or emotionally safe with that person because you built up some level of security because of the level of flirting that y'all already doing. So as long as you kikiing in the motherfucking face and you keeping that door cracked and you and your significant other go through something, that's the person you want to go to. Why? Because you're most familiar with it. You know they like you. Maybe your partner got you feeling insecure because maybe you picked up a little bit of weight, or maybe you got a little darker or lighter on vacation, or however it works. It might be a flaw or some type of insecurity you have. And this dude over here at the job that you flirting with is just telling you, you motherfucking a 12 out of 10, you're going to eat that up. You're going to eat. And this is not, this is men and women, okay? This is men and women. It's not gender specific on who falls for it. It's men and women. So it's that much easier for you to, backslide and, and engage in.
It be going down at the workplace though.
It definitely be going down at the workplace. It
I think
definitely be going down at the workplace.
I think cheating is determined on the relationship. I think the two people, individuals in a relationship or three or whatever, nowadays, you never know. I think they determine what's cheating for them. There's some people automatically think that they're flirting, but they're just friendly people and they're not flirting. They're just friendly. But then there's other ways. Of course, they're flirting because they're touching each other. They're like laying on each other. There's different ways where you can tell, okay, overtly they're flirting. But again, I think that's whether or not that's cheating or not, it depends on the couple. Because there's some couples, they have an open relationship and it's okay to flirt. That's not a big deal. They're okay with work husbands and work wives. I'm not okay with that. That's not me. I don't like flirting, period, for me. But I have to respect that there's other relationships where flirting or being friendly is okay, and that's not considered cheating for them.
Kalila said, I feel like flirtation is about perspective.
Agreed.
Tiff, talk to me.
Well,
you down there flirting at your job?
Absolutely not.
You got to work, husband.
No, especially not where I'm at. No. I'm good on
it
all
goes
fronts.
down at your job.
Yes, it does.
It's known to go down.
Listen, these motherfuckers be throwing parties together.
Yes, they do.
The worst thing, and I won't tell where you work at, but
thank you.
Y'all happy hour. They happy hour is infamous.
Yes.
Infamous happy hour. Okay.
And I just be sitting around just listening to all the stories. It's very entertaining, I'll say, but that's not the life I want to live.
So Summer comes again with a great point, and it's something that I kind of would hope that, if you in a relationship, well, again, I'll speak for myself, but if it's something that you wouldn't do in front of me, don't fucking do it behind my back.
Exactly.
Because you know better at that point. It's inappropriate. Okay. And you know that. Mm-hmm. And now that's disrespectful. And I refuse to tolerate disrespect.
I agree with that. I think that's why you guys set those boundaries in the beginning of the relationship, like what your expectations are. I think each party needs to put their expectations out there, and go from there.
All right, this is a conversation we could probably continue for the next 2-3 hours. Again, we over, but we can do that. It's our platform. But we going to end this one like we do every other podcast. Ladies, I am going to be reaching out to each and every one of you for another ladies' night. So
looking forward to that.
I'll try to make that happen.
Looking forward to it. That was one of my top 3 shows of the year.
Oh, what was the other two?
Oh my God. What was that last live that you guys did? The Suavemente.
Oh
When I
yeah,
tell you, y'all had me in
yeah.
tears. Y'all had me in tears that night. When I tell the live shows are the most interactive and the best shows. If you've never been,
I be trying to tell them,
please
Tiff.
treat yourselves, please. Because when I tell you, we had a ball that night. Between the comedians, even the one that bombed was a little bit funny. Like it was just a very eventful, very fun filled, grown
Looking
night.
like, nah, don't talk about no bombing, Tiff. Damn.
No, but it just was fun. Everything was fun about that night. That was one of my top ladies' night, and I think the show that we did when everybody got emotional talking about their experiences is very. It's taboo to be
Powerful show.
vulnerable. It's very taboo nowadays to be vulnerable, and just the fact that we can all just sit around and share those experiences, and the fact that all of us even cried, like that was a monumental show. I know that touched a lot of people. So I just want to say for everyone tuning in, everyone on this platform, like I'm proud of all of us for being able to sit around and have that very vulnerable conversation and be open and be honest.
All right, so we're gonna end the show like this. A highlight of 2021 for you and what you're looking forward to in 2022. I'm definitely done with resolutions. I don't even like to get into all of that. But it's your world. Yeah, I'm just a squirrel. So you can either give a resolution or you can talk about your favorite moment. Doesn't matter if it was on the podcast or not, and something you're looking forward to, or even a goal that you've set for 2022 that you plan on smashing. Because at the end of the day, I believe is power in words and manifestation, and they're even more powerful backed by intention and action. And we gonna let the ladies go first. Ladies, who wants to go first?
I'll go
Now don't
first.
y'all all jump at once now.
I'll go
Thanks, Tiff.
first. My thing is growth. I think at this time in 2021, I really learned who I am. Apart from me being a mom, apart from me being wife, girlfriend, brother, sister, aunt, I learned who Tiffany was. So I'm continuing to grow. And no matter how old you get, I'm learning you're still growing as you get older. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what I can conquer in this next year in 2022. I'm enjoying seeing the growth of my children and showing my boys how to be men and my young lady how to be a young lady. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, you froze, Tiff?
I froze.
Oh, at the end. We got it though. You
Okay.
froze at the end. Thank you, Tiff. I love
Thank
you.
you.
And
Love
happy
you.
New Year. And I'll
Happy New
see
Year,
you in
everyone.
well, I'll see you before that, but
Yes, you will.
from the podcast, Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up,
I believe that's me.
get on the mic for the symphony.
It was ladies, dummy. That was a joke.
Oh,
Wondering.
This nigga. This nigga.
Do you want to go, LeBron, or what?
All right. I'm all
Flip
nervous because
for it then.
I
Two
don't. I
eyes and
want to
even. Somebody go. Damn.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I was trying to think of something so profound to say, and it's just not gonna be profound. So anyway, to be honest, I'm just gonna piggyback off of Tiffany because for me, 2021 was about discovering me, discovering my voice, and setting boundaries for myself. I struggled with setting boundaries for myself, and so I look forward for 22 about standing firm within myself and staying firm within my boundaries and trusting myself and all the goals and aspirations that I have. And that's it. There's nothing more than that.
And that's most certainly good enough, LeBray. I appreciate you coming on. I look forward to welcoming you back into the show. Happy New Year from the podcast. I appreciate you. And
All
we'll
right.
talk later. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye.
Happy New Year.
So, a lot of people will say that they don't believe in resolutions anymore because I guess media has kind of like worn it out. But I believe in writing intentions. It's very important to write down your intentions, plan how you're going to accomplish those goals, move with action in order to manifest what you want. And starting a new project at the beginning of the year is really a great thing to do because you're aligned, right, with time, with the universe, all that stuff. So if you're not down for resolutions because the word is burnt out for you, you should still, I recommend everybody figure out an intention, write it down, and there's no better time than to start something new that they want to accomplish at the start of the year. So that's my plan for New Year's Eve is spending some time in prayer, praying on my intentions for 2022. 2021 was a very good year, great year, filled with a lot of learning and lessons and some big projects. My word for 2021 was completion. And I found that by making that my word, I actually was able to complete and check some things off my to-do list. So for 2022, my new word is execution because I'm ready to sharpen my skills and execute like no other in 2022. There's big things in store, projects that's going to launch early in the new year that I have. So I've been waiting for a very long time to walk in to the light. Does that make sense? There's something that's big, couple things that's big that's happening, and I'm just ready to execute that and looking forward to it in 2022.
Crystal, thank you so much. Definitely appreciate you. Happy New Year from the podcast. I wish you nothing but health, wealth, prosperity, and a level of execution that you've never executed before.
Hey,
And
bye
let me
guys.
let me invest.
Bye guys.
Bye, babe.
Everybody invest in 2020. I can't believe I left that out. If you do, all right, wait, real quick, can I say something else? Don't put me on the big screen. I want to see the people's faces, like Gregory said. If you are not investing your money into some sort of stock, property, real estate, something that is going to bring you residual income, I wish that for all of my people, for our community, take your money out of savings accounts, stop spending your money on material things, put a little bit into the stock market or buy something that's going to bring you some residual income, whether it's a property. If you're not owning or owning or investing, your money is just eaten away. And the Black community is so behind when it comes to the wealth gap that we have from other communities, and it has a lot of the reason, or has a lot to do with why we are struggling in so many other areas. So spend some time to educate yourself and invest your money differently because we are on a track to change the wealth gap for the better for our community. So that's all. Bye.
Bye bye. Appreciate that.
So,
Big roll. You up, big roll.
2021, Big Shannon was most difficult year of my life, man. Bottom line, if there's no comparing what I went through in 2021 with any other year I've been on this planet. I've had a bad bout with depression, and I almost lost. God gave me another chance through prayer, and I'm here. So I look at it like, what's my sense of purpose? Given I've been given a second chance to be here, so I'm doubling up as far as my children go, and I think that God put me back here to reach another and save somebody, just the way he just saved me. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at when I'm 2022. Everything else to me will flow like the river. Love y'all, man. Thanks for bringing me into your family, man. That y'all some good dudes. I appreciate y'all, man. Happy New Year.
Big roll. We appreciate you, bro. We glad you made it through your bout with depression. You here for a reason, if none other than to make sure your kids is good. Okay. I wish you nothing but health, wealth, no depression, prosperity, and thousands of listeners on your podcast. And you already know you down with the big exclusive network, man. It goes without saying, man. Roll. Be safe. We'll chat later.
Yo, no doubt. Y'all be safe.
All right. Since it's down to just us, Before we get into ours, I want to read some comments from our family tuned in. I just want to be a better. Jabera says, I just want to be a better me in 2022 than I was in 2021. Miss Strong said, no resolution, but I wish you all an abundance of good health, great wealth, and fulfilling happiness. We appreciate that. Thank you. Jabera said, may all of you have safe, happy, prosperous, loving 2022. Continue to reach for the stars, past the sky is the limit. Love y'all. Miss Blizzard said, hello, everyone. I've enjoyed the dialogue this evening. And Jabera said, hugs, big roll. I don't want to go last. Can I go now?
You've been doing what you want.
Like that shit. I'm gonna drop a dime on these niggas. That's the next one you need to put up. The nigga eating a banana. I don't like that shit. I'll drop a dime on these niggas.
Well, I personally wanted to say that I don't need the big screen. I personally wanted to say that this podcast has been pretty damn good, and it has nothing to do with me. Like, I give all the credit to you and to Top Flight and Angry OG for making it what it is. I normally act more as a moderator, you know what I mean, for y'all to come in and spit the wisdom, deliver the comedy. And what I'm grateful for, one of my favorite moments from 2021 is bringing us three together so that we could do this, you know what I mean, weekly, and, you know, talk to the people, build bridges, networks, and relationships, and have some fun. Y'all two have made this bigger than I ever could by myself. I owe y'all the credit, and I wish both y'all nothing but health, wealth, and prosperity coming in 2022. And I'm just grateful, you know, I already knew you guys, but I'm grateful that this came together the way that it came together. And I can't imagine doing the show without either one of you brothers. And I can't wait to make it bigger and better and more fun in 2022. Thank you.
We gonna have a Mexican standoff.
Let's do it, motherfucker.
Who gonna go first? Take 10 steps, turn around, and bust your gun, man.
Nah, you look like you got that old ass gun you had to pour the powder in and put that goddamn stick.
It's a 6-shooter.
Nah, I got it. I'll go, man. I got it. Nah, man, for 2022, man, like I said, just I'm gonna make it about someone else. Like he said, with being on this podcast has truly opened my eyes tremendously. It has showed me a lot about myself. I learned a lot from you guys. I appreciate and value y'all just as much as y'all value me. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't foresee this turning into what it turned into. So I'm a piggyback off a big exclusive and just say, man, I appreciate you guys for inviting me and welcoming me, like you said, into your home. I visit your house, you know, we're family. We may not talk as much, but we talk more than, you know, we used to, or I didn't know you guys as well as I do now. So to just continue to let's just keep taking this to the next level, keep pushing each other, keep motivating each other. And like I said, every pot got a top, and shout out to that goddamn smoke detector. We needed that, goddamn it.
That died, man. You saw it. You saw it. You saw it on the table.
That's my 22. We want the smoke detector back. That was one of my classic moments. I'm
you
out.
saw it on the table. I'm gonna keep mine short and sweet. I never make no resolutions, and I ain't gonna make one now. I just took some lumps or whatever in 2021 and been in the matrix. I just want to get out of the matrix, man. That's all I want to say. 2022, I got to get out of the matrix. That's all. And it was kind of entertaining being on here. It's something that I never thought I would do. Shannon asked me to come on as a guest one time, and I came on for about half an hour. Then when the show was over, hit me up, was like, "Yo, I need you to come on and co-host." I'm like, "Man, I'm not doing that shit. Like, that ain't nothing for me." He was like, "I'm telling you, you got to do it. You'll be all right." And I let him talk me into doing it, and here I am still doing the shit. I was about to quit on him about 1,400 times, but I'm still here, and I don't think I'm going nowhere. So that's all I got to say. Everybody have a safe and prosperous New Year. I'm out.